Hi, everyone. Welcome to the West Virginia ACRAO Virtual College Fair. We are so excited for you to be joining us, and we look forward to hearing great information from all the representatives here tonight. Before we get started, we do have a few housekeeping rules to mention. First, if you have any questions at all, we please ask that you submit your questions through the Q&A button. And the presenters are there to answer your questions at any time throughout the entire presentation. Your camera and microphone is off as an attendee, so you are muted and your video is off. The panelists can't see or hear you. And there are more sessions happening. So if you are interested in listening into more virtual fairs, there are more. So please feel free to sign up where you registered for this one. And then lastly, this recording will be available a week from today. So all sessions are being recorded and available. Before we get started, I do want to share the schedule for tonight of the amount of college, in the order in which the presenters will be sharing tonight. Randolph College, the Catholic University of America, University of Charleston, University of Northwestern Ohio, and West Liberty University. Again, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll go ahead and get started with Randolph College.
Hi, my name is Joy Parr McGrath. I am the Associate Director of Admissions here at Randolph College, and I'm super excited that you are joining us tonight. Randolph is located in the historic district of Lynchburg, Virginia. We're about 2 hours west of Richmond, Virginia, and about 3.5 hours from both Washington, D.C. and Charleston, West Virginia, to give you an idea. The school sits on 100 acres, so literally from one end of the campus to the next will take you about 5 minutes. Very small school. We have about 600 students, extremely diverse student population. We've got about 5% international students. We've got about 31 states represented and about 31% students of color. We pride ourselves on being small. We continue to get ranked nationally for our professors' accessibility, and that's one of the key factors that our students end up going to Randolph. We've got about 30 majors and 43 minors. Our most popular majors are the sciences, so biology, chemistry, and physics, which of course lead to some of the pre-professional programs. History and psychology would be in the other for the top 5 majors. We do have a couple of graduate programs, our Masters of Arts in Teaching, our Masters in Fine Arts with Creative Writing, and then our Masters of Arts in Coaching and Sport Leadership, which came out of our sport and exercise studies. Something we are really excited about starting in August of 21. So this August, we have a new academic model called Take Two, where students will take 2 classes at a time for 7 weeks, take a week off, and then continue that. So take another 2 classes for 7 weeks. We have found our faculty started doing research on this a couple of years ago, and we feel that this is the best environment that students will learn in. Instead of 4 to 6 classes, they are concentrating on 2 classes of intensive learning. No classes on Wednesday. That's going to be for your athletics, for your arts, your community service, internships or externships, and maybe just doing some homework. And so part of being an original at Randolph is also having the support to be successful here. And, looking at a couple of different options, our transition program, SUPER, which is one of our STEM programs, does allow students 2 weeks before classes begin in August to have a 3 credit hour course. And free, no charge, and you are in this program for 4 years. It is limited to about 24 students, but definitely recommend it for any of our STEM students. And of course, advising, free tutoring for anybody, Can't speak enough about the advising for a small school like Randolph, and then the career development. That's the director there on the right, helping students with their resume. So what are you students doing when they're not in the classroom? About half of our students are athletes. We have about 19 different teams, and of those, we are in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference, one of the most competitive D3 conferences in the US. Maybe you're also interested in arts. We've got theater, we have dance, music, both instrumental as well as vocal, a couple of different ensembles on campus, as well as a cappella groups. And we have a Mayer Museum of Art on campus, so we do have our own museum on campus. And then, of course, student clubs. We've got about 50 different student clubs and organizations. Always recommend in the fall out on Bell Quad to attend our involvement fair, where the student clubs set up and have information for our first year students to learn a little bit more about what they have to offer and to keep them busy. Randolph has a lot of traditions on campus, and one of my favorites is probably the odds versus evens. Based on when you graduate from college, you'll either be an odd or an even. And literally, there are stairs in our main hall that are specifically for those that are odd and those that are even. So we have a big competition on campus with our odds and evens. And so what do students do outside of our red brick wall that surrounds the college? Of course, study abroad is an option. Get Downtown is a great social event that's held annually for the local colleges. And of course, internships and research opportunities. I can't stress this enough. No matter where you end up, take advantage of these opportunities for you. I clicked too fast, sorry. So what do you need to do? Apply. We use the Common App. To me, I think that's the best way to apply, because you can fill out one application and it goes to multiple colleges. Send us your transcript. We are test optional, and so that will expedite this process for you. How to afford it, fill out your FAFSA. That gives you a lot of different options available. Talk to your admissions counselor. Don't be shy. We are here to help you. We want you to be successful, and come visit. I know it's a COVID world, but we still have virtual visits even now. So we've got both in person too. And then make your deposit. There are my contact details. I'll put them in the comments as well, but wish you all the best. Good luck.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So next we're going to move over to the Catholic University of America.
There we go. Sorry about that. All right, thanks so much, Joy. So my name is Rita Murphy, and I'm an admission counselor at the Catholic University of America in Washington, D.C. So here's just a look at our campus, but just to kind of give you a little bit of a backstory on Catholic University, we were founded in 1887 by Pope Leo XIII. We are the National University of the Catholic Church and the second oldest graduate research center here in the U.S. We were first started as a graduate research institution, and later introduced our undergrads. We really have that nice solid baseline of research here at Catholic University. Taking a look at the school just by numbers, we've got about 3,100 undergrad students, about 2,600 graduate and law students as well. 80% of our students self-identify as Catholic, and we have about 30% ethnic diversity on campus and 8% international students. We have over 70 majors and 60 minors and certificates available to students. Our average class size looks like about 19 to 21 students, so definitely on the smaller, more personal side in the classroom, about a 10-to-1 student to faculty ratio. And we do have 31 on-campus research centers that a lot of our students take advantage of starting as early as freshman year. We are close to the National Mall. I get the question asked a lot, how close we are to DC. We are in DC itself, about 3.5 miles away from the National Mall. You can take the metro down to, I think I'm moving this around on everyone's screen, sorry. You can take the metro line down to the National Mall and explore DC, get to know the city that you're choosing to go to school in. But at the same time, we do have 176 acres of green space as making up our campus. So you really get that best of both worlds with that city feel, being able to explore, the nation's capital, but also coming back to that traditional kind of campus feel at the end of the day. We have 50 states represented and 46 different countries on campus. And so again, we are in DC itself. So taking advantage of everything that the city offers is definitely what all of our students do here at Catholic. Opportunities for world-class history, art, culture, museums, the monuments. Again, that immediate metro access is really helpful. It's right across from campus. We have our own stop on the Red Line, on our public transportation system here in DC, and countless internship opportunities, and that, and metro access really makes it easy to get in and around DC. You don't need a car to try to have an internship maybe during the week or the weekends, so you can really fit in a lot. This just kind of gives you a look on the left. That's the metro system. So again, you can really get just about anywhere. And this is our stop, the Brookland CUA stop, right on the top of the Red Line. And just some examples of some internships that our students are able to have access to, which is really exciting for them. And about 76% of our students do complete an internship by the time they've finished here at Catholic. So here at Catholic, we do pride ourselves on our advising as well, that same kind of small school feel. So you will receive an advisor who is both cross-trained in academic and career development. So these two offices sort of merged a couple years ago, and so we're able to offer some advising to students in terms of, choosing your classes, choosing your majors, and just general academic support. But then also getting to know your interests and what you're looking to do post-grad or research. Those internships that we mentioned can be kind of daunting to figure out how to tackle that, and so they're there to help you with that as well. Here's just a snapshot of what we offer in terms of degrees. So we have 9 undergrad schools of study. We have a lot of popular majors. School of Nursing is also we're beginning construction on a new nursing building soon, so that's very exciting. The School of Business, School of Engineering, and the School of Arts and Sciences also have that exploratory option that gives students the option to enter into that school, but not declare their major just yet. So there's a lot of options within these schools, so that's really helpful for them as well. The Rome School of Music, Drama, and Art has also gained a lot of popularity over the last few years, and that really gives students that option of having that, experience in the arts, but also having that full-rounded education of a liberal arts school. Every student is also going to take part in what's called first year experience. This is part of our sort of transition in advising for freshmen. So that'll be 1 English, 2 philosophy, and 1 theology classes that all students will take. You'll take it with the same group of 18 students over the course of your freshman year. So 2 classes in the fall, 2 in the spring. And you receive a lot of mentorship. You take excursions into downtown DC with that group. And you really just, get to have that extended orientation group feel and help you transition to campus. We do offer a university honors program. About 10% of our students are involved, and you get considered for the honors program upon application. So there's no additional application. We have honors housing as well as special honors trips and mentorship available. We do offer study abroad. We have a flagship program in Rome, sort of bringing Catholic University abroad with you. Our own professors and faculty and buildings are over there. And we do make sure that every student who wants to go abroad at some point can. So there's a lot going on in DC, but there's also a lot going on always on campus. So about 100 student clubs and organizations, a lot of community service, and just a lot to do on campus. So it's definitely not the type of school that you have to leave to find something to do. We do have D3 athletics. About 30% of our students are varsity athletes. We don't have a test application fee, and we are also test blind for the next few years. And just to kind of give you an idea, we do offer merit awards. You get considered for those upon application, just like the honors program. We offer need-based financial assistance as well. And just kind of next steps, we are also offering on-campus visits as well as virtual visits. So please feel free to visit our website, find all those opportunities, and I will also post my contact information in the chat. Thanks so much.
Very helpful information. Before we continue to move forward, I do want to encourage all attendees, if you have any questions at all, to please use the Q&A button to submit your questions there. Next up, we have the University of Charleston.
Hi, my name is Kaylee. I'm the senior rep here at UC. And so we are also a very small school. We're in the capital city of West Virginia. Actually, we're right across from the Capitol. I can see it out of my window. It's amazing. We have just over actually 30 majors, and those 30 majors are spread out through 3 schools. The School of Arts and Sciences, the School of Business and Leadership, and the School of Health Sciences. We also have a pharmacy graduate school, but their undergraduate students are part of the School of Arts and Sciences and the biology major while they're undergraduate. So as I mentioned, we're a very small school, so we have smaller class sizes. Our student to faculty ratio is 14:1, but actually your average class size is going to be closer to like 9 or 10. And we have a very, very beautiful campus. It's secluded inside the city. So it was actually rated the safest school in West Virginia in 2017, and I believe a couple of years since then. Because we're a smaller school, you're going to have a lot of opportunities for leadership and for personal guidance. And as a lot of other people have mentioned about their schools, we have a very diverse campus too. We have students from 48 states and 44 countries. And just to give you an idea of how small our campus is, that photo is our entire campus. It's 8 buildings, 4 residential and 5, academic. And so our students are very successful because they're able to get all of that one-on-one attention. So these are just some of the statistics of our students that move on past UC. They have very high passage rates and very, very high job placement rates. In fact, our undergraduate rates are all in the 90s. It's only when we get to our graduate when we dip to the 80s, and it goes no lower than 85%. So what are you going to do when you're out of campus is, well, whatever you want. We are in the capital city of West Virginia, so there's a lot of stuff to do around, but you really don't have to leave campus either to have a good time. We have over 30 clubs and organizations. Twice a year, we put on a huge party out on our lawn, which is the most gorgeous piece of real estate in West Virginia, in my not so humble opinion. Those parties are just like a get to know you thing. We call it Eagle Fest, and we have all kinds of things from bouncy castles to rowing out on the river. Actually, those pictures on the side here are all from Eagle Fest, except for this one. That's a concert. So we're a Division II school, so we have a very, very strong athletic program. We've been the national champs for, I think, 8 teams recently. 2 of our coaches just got drafted by the Yankees. Just very, very successful and very competitive. And so because we're a smaller school and a private school, we do come with that slightly higher price tag, but don't worry because we write off a lot of that depending on your GPA and how successful you are in high school. So if you have a 4.0 GPA, you're starting at $20,000 a year off, and that does not go down if you have a bad semester in school. You just have to maintain a 2.5 GPA to keep that scholarship, and then it just drops incrementally until we get down to our opportunity grants at $10,000 and $5,000 a year. Now, on top of those scholarships, you can stack all of your FAFSA, you can stack all of your West Virginia aid. We do accept Promise Scholarship, and we have a lot more UC scholarships that are based on service or merit or artistic, athletic, you name it, we probably have it. So there are a lot of different options for you. We also have a really flexible payment plan. Oh, and UC is also test blind, but if you wanted to turn in your SAT or ACT scores, you can do that, and here are our scores. The only reason that that would even be anywhere near necessary is if you were hoping to get a better scholarship. So what can you do? You can come visit us. We're doing virtual visits and online visits. You can, when you visit us, you can meet with a professor and talk about your major one-on-one. You can chat with your admissions representative, and you can even interact with current students. On our main webpage under the admissions tab, we have a chat feature, and on Fridays, our students take that over so you can talk to them about their student experience. And here are your admissions representatives. So if you are from West Virginia, find your county, and it is color coded here. If you're up here, I'm going to be your representative. If you're around here, my good friend Susan's going to be your representative. And if you're in this area, my good friend Faith is going to be your representative. And I will also drop this graphic in the chat box for you as well. We hope to see you soon at UC.
Great, thank you. So we'll go ahead and move forward with the University of Northwestern Ohio.
Awesome. Good evening, everyone. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. My name is Felicia Brown. I'm an admissions representative for the University of Northwestern Ohio, better known as UNOH. We are located, and let me just make sure I can maneuver this. Perfect. We are located in Lima, Ohio. So for you residents of West Virginia, for some of you, you're going to be maybe about an hour and a half away, but for others, you may be around 6 hours away from our campus. We're regionally accredited by the Higher Learning Commission. We operate as a nonprofit, privately owned institute. And so whether you live in the state of Ohio or if you live, as most of you do, in the state of West Virginia, the tuition is going to be the same no matter where you reside. As far as our campus, we sit on around 200 acres in Lima, Ohio, and we have a student population of around 4,000 students on campus. On campus, we actually operate with 5 colleges of studies to choose from. The College of Applied Technologies, our School of Business, Health Professions, Occupational Professions, as well as our online MBA. I actually work as an admissions representative for the Applied Technologies program. So that is what I'll spend this evening speaking about. At the College of Applied Technologies, and you'll see on your screen, we have a range of programs you can pursue, from diploma to associate degrees to a bachelor degree in automotive technology supervision. As you can see from the list of programs on the screen, we are going to provide every one of you students an opportunity to experience a complete campus experience, a college experience, without the requirement of taking traditional classes. So if you're more of a hands-on learner and you're looking to pursue more of a trade, we're going to offer automotive technology, diesel technology, ag equipment, high performance, HVAC and refrigeration, alternate fuels, as well as robotics and automation. The diploma program in particular is going to put you in a position where you do not have to spend as much time in the classroom. So I'm not sure why this slide isn't populating on my end. It just looks all yellow. So I'm going to try to move beyond this slide. Up, there it goes. It's coming in now. In regards to the tools on campus, we actually provide all the tools you'll need, with the exception of 2. And this slide is still not fully showing on my end, so I'm not sure why yet. But the 2 tools that we expect the students to bring is a dial indicator and a digital multimeter. Though our campus population is around 4,000 students, for those who pursue their training in our College of Applied Technologies. We keep our classroom sizes very small because it's aggressive hands-on training. We want to make sure that our instructors have an opportunity to work with you one-on-one. So those classroom sizes will look like about 20 students to each instructor. And again, this slide, for whatever reason, didn't fully populate, so I'm going to just try to move on. And as I'm trying to move, it's actually trying to filter in. So let's see. As you are pursuing your training, you will be able to test for your ASE certifications on campus as well. We also are set up in what we call a block schedule. Every weekend for our students is a 3-day weekend. And you'll see that block scheduling just populated. There we go. Finally let me move on. So sorry about that, folks. We run on a block schedule that is Monday through Thursday. And you can decide how you want to pursue your training. If you're more of a morning person, as you see, you'll be able to sign up for the classes that run 7:30 to 12:30 in the afternoon and so on. Keep in mind, our school is in reference to the College of Applied Technologies. It actually operates more on the lines of almost like a work day. So those 5 hours, 4 days a week, you're literally in the shop 70% of the time. So again, this is going to be for those of you who are more hands-on learners. Because we are a traditional university, again, located in Lima, Ohio, you're looking at a screen where we have a very diverse population as well. We are considered a destination school. So we have students who come from all across the United States. There's a representative like myself who covers every state in the United States. So know that you'll have an opportunity to meet a lot of different people, as well as some international students. As a university, we compete in the NAIA division. We have 14 different athletic teams between our men and women's teams. Some of those teams consist of what you're looking at right now, from our basketball, bowling, golf, soccer, tennis. Our men's baseball team have been national championships in the NAIA division, maybe 3 of the last 5 years. And we're known as the UNOH Racers. So whenever you look under co-ed and you see motorsports, we do offer 2 race teams. We have a dirt circle track team, as well as a drag race team. And here's a glimpse of some of our crew members, as well as our drivers. These are also our students who build the cars. They also maintenance the cars. And these 2 teams are traveling teams, by the way. So we're not only competing at our home track, which, as you see above, is Lima Land Motorsports Park, which is only about 2 miles off of campus. It's a 1/4 mile dirt circle track that's NASCAR approved. But our students are also traveling to Volusia, Florida. They're in Michigan, obviously not right now while we're dealing with COVID-19, but when we're living our traditional life, they're traveling to different states competing. We do offer on-campus housing. We have 4 residence halls, 261 apartment style dorms. Literally everything that you can possibly imagine that you need is going to be available for you right on campus. From the housing that you're taking a look at now, to 3 different restaurants, to a medical facility that is open in case you have any emergency needs, to a laundry facility, to a library, a Barnes and Nobles, a Starbucks. We have a state-of-the-art sports complex with rock climbing. So all of your needs can literally be met right there on campus. And here's a glimpse of our state-of-the-art sports complex. So you're getting just a small view of what we offer, but we also have within this complex a indoor golf, indoor soccer, as well as I mentioned, they're doing some rock climbing. You can set up massages, you can schedule they have different physical therapy going on, and that is available to all of our students. All you have to do is show your ID card, and that's available to you for free. Financial aid is available for all of our students. 90% of our students receive financial aid in the form of the federal Pell Grant, should you qualify for it, the Supplemental Education Opportunity Grant. Again, you have to qualify for that. We have the direct student loans available, direct Parent Plus loans, private loans, and we have lots and lots of scholarships. All of our 14 athletic teams, those starters are on scholarships. We also have, during our open houses, we have events going on where you can actually win scholarship dollars while working on cars and trucks during our open houses. Our career service department.
Hey, Felicia, we're at time. If you want to go ahead and just share your contact information, and then
I will. And you know
Awesome.
what? Sorry about that, Catherine. I can't even see your picture. So
Oh, no worries. Yeah, you
I was
probably
waiting to see it pop up, but there you go. Thank you so much. And actually, my contact information was on the first screen, but I'll put it in the chat.
Yes.
Sorry for running over. Thank you.
No, you're fine. Thank you. All really great information. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to use the Q&A button. And you can also mention the school that you have a specific question about. We have representatives there ready and available to answer your questions. So before we go into the last presenter, I'll go ahead and introduce is the West Liberty University. So they can go ahead and get started.
Thank you very much. All right, guys, my name is Kyle Patrick. I am just an admissions counselor at West Liberty University. And I'll get to where we're located a little bit, but we are an in-state school in the state of West Virginia. And I love the snowy picture of campus because it represents basically what we've been going through for the past month, it seems. So I also love this slide. I love to show this to every prospective student because it kind of breaks down who exactly we are at West Liberty University. So currently right now, some of the big things that we like to show off is that we are the safest public campus in the state of West Virginia. And we also have the highest public four-year graduation rate in the state. So not only are our students graduating, but they're graduating on time and even earlier as well. We are also a very small university. We only have about 2,500 students. Our student to faculty ratio is about 15-1, and our average class size is about 25 students. So very personalized. You're not just going to be another number in the crowd. You are going to be a name. Your professors are going to know you. They're going to have that one-on-one interaction with you, which really, really helps our students succeed in the classroom. More than 90% of our students do receive some kind of financial aid from the government, which going to school in the state of West Virginia pays off in its own, just with all the different things that the state has to offer. But also, getting those grants, the Promise Scholarship is huge for our West Virginia students. We do give out over $6 million annually in our own institutional scholarships each year. And those scholarships are going to be GPA based and test score based as well. So you can see where it lands. And then we have scholarships all the way from $1,000 up to our full ride Elvin scholarship, which is full ride, tuition fees, books, everything you could think of. We do have over 70 undergraduate programs here at West Liberty University. Some of our most popular majors is we have a nationally ranked dental hygiene program that we attract students all across the country for, a tremendous facility on our campus. One of our newest majors and one of our more unique majors as well is zoo science. There's not a whole lot of programs around the country, and we are partnered with an accredited zoo, Ogilvy Zoo, which is just about 10 minutes south of our campus. So if you love working with animals, I love the zoo setting, this could be a perfect program for you. And then where we're located in West Liberty is basically in the middle of nowhere in the state of West Virginia. So we do rely a lot on on-campus events going on-campus student clubs, organizations, and we do have over 50 of those currently on our campus as well. Just like University of Charleston, we are Division II, and we do compete in the Mountain East Conference. We have 18 total Division II sports, 9 men, 9 women. Our newest sport for the women is acrobats and tumbling, and then we did just add men's soccer on the men's side. But other than that, your pretty basic sports: basketball, soccer, baseball, wrestling, volleyball, and so on. I mentioned earlier we are located in West Liberty, West Virginia, and you can kind of see I know it's small, but we're in that northern panhandle that's so close to the state of Pennsylvania and Ohio, where we do attract a lot of kids from the Pittsburgh and Columbus area. We were founded in 1837, and we are the oldest institution of higher learning in the state of West Virginia. Just to touch a little bit more on our location, we are about 3 hours from Charleston, about an hour and a half from Morgantown, hour and a half to 2 hours to Parkersburg, and about 4 hours down south, down there to Elkins. So scholarships, I did touch on some of our academic scholarships. Like I said, they are going to be test score based and scholarship based as well. So just to keep in mind for that. And we do also, we are Division II, so we do give out athletic scholarships, but those are going to be awarded through the head coaches, not through the admissions office. So a little bit about our application, super easy process to apply. Just go on our website, westliberty.edu/apply. No application fee, no deadline. It takes about 5 minutes. Very simple process. You can even do it on your smartphone if you wanted to. And we are actually test optional for next fall. So we're not requiring test scores for admission for West Liberty University next year, but we are still requiring those test scores for scholarship consideration at this time. We are also open. Our campus is back open. We did start offering campus tours again last fall. We are offering 3 individual campus tours every day. So if you and your parents want to come up for a tour, you absolutely can do that. Again, just book that at our website at westliberty.edu/visit for this one, and come see us. You know, it's I always say it's the most important part of a college search process is making sure you're on the campus, because you can do all these virtual things and do all the virtual tours and everything like that, but you're not going to really know until you're actually on campus if it's going to be the right feel for you or not. So we do encourage you to come up and visit campus and see everything we have to offer. And here's my contact information. We do encourage our students to get interactive with us on social media. So we are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. YouTube is a big one for us if you want to check out some videos on our programs that we have to offer. But definitely come over, hop on those sites with us, and we do some live Q&A stuff and some fun little tidbits that keep you connected with us on the hilltop while you're waiting to enroll next fall. Yep, like I said, my name is Kyle Patrick. My email's there, just kyle.patrick@westliberty.edu. Please reach out to me if you ever have any questions. I pretty much cover the entire state of West Virginia for our admissions office. So please reach out to me and I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Great, thank you all. This was, again, really helpful information. We do have some time left over, so we'll go ahead and dive into some Q&A. The first question that we have is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? Again, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So we'll go ahead and start with Randolph College and present in the order in which, or go in the order in which you all presented. So I'll ask that if you could turn on your video and your microphone, and we'll go ahead and get started.
This is easy for me. I have a sophomore in college and I have a junior in high school. So we are actually in this now. And think outside the box. Think of what is best for you, not necessarily what is best for your friends or for your parents, but you think about you and really do your research. So when it comes time to applying, you've narrowed it down to a reasonable number. And my limit, 5 applications. So I'm a stickler, sorry.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. And especially right now during sort of a virtual college search, I would definitely just recommend using all of the, resources that are out there right now. A lot of colleges have virtual tours and sessions like this, and you're really just taking, the opportunity to do some fact finding. And one big tip I always give people is just take notes. Anything you do, any session or any tour that you might, attend, just jot a couple notes down on your phone, on a notebook, so that when you go back to kind of make that list, oh, this school really, stuck out to me, or I didn't like this so much. And so because it's hard to, separate those emotions down the line.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I think my biggest piece of advice is don't be afraid to ask questions. I know I'm really shy personally, and I did not ask nearly enough questions when I was choosing my school, and I ended up at one that wasn't right for me. No matter how silly you think your question is, I guarantee you we've heard it before, and it is a totally valid question. Just make sure you ask it.
I agree with everything that you all have said so far. What I would add to that, and what I share with most students that I meet with, is just know your learning style. If you are a hands-on learner, it's important that you choose a school where you're spending time doing it versus being lectured about it. And then if you have the skill set to go to a four-year college where you're sitting in a classroom, then obviously that may be a better fit for you as well. My second point of advice is normally just utilize your resources. Oftentimes when students get familiar with tuition and they see that dollar amount, it causes a little bit of fear for you and your parents. I think it's important to speak with financial aid advisors, speak with your guidance counselors, find out what scholarships are available for you. And again, don't fear a number when you see tuition, because most schools, as you heard on this panel, most of us offer some additional monies to support you with going to school. Thank you.
Yeah, I got the big disadvantage of going last because those are all great answers. Not really too much I can add on, but like they all said, I mean, ultimately it comes down to you and where you want to go. And like you said, your friends and parents and family can have all the influence in the world on you, but it's where do you see yourself for 4 years? Where do you see? I mean, because it's going to be a big part of your life. It's going to set you up for your future and everything. And I always recommend too to all because we are a small school that you tour big school. You compare and you make one of a list, and what did I like about this school, what did I not like about this, just a simple pros and cons list, and see what outweighs the other. Like this school might have a better athletic program, but wow, this school really had the academic program that I need, and what's more important to me here. And just compare what's out there. And I think we're so fortunate to be in this part, at least West Virginia is just surrounded by not only so many colleges in its own state, but so many colleges across the surrounding states as well. So there's a lot of opportunity out there. You just have to go searching for it.
Great. We have time for one quick one. So we'll go ahead and jump into this one. What is your favorite event or tradition on campus? So we'll go really quickly and before we wrap up. Thank you all.
This is easy. Every 4 years we have the show, and the show is faculty and staff showcasing their talent. It can be quite embarrassing, but hilarious. And of course, it's only 4 years, so you only see it once while you're here during your time, but definitely a tradition.
I've really liked the Christmas tree lighting that happens yearly. We have a lot of our student groups perform, a lot of the a cappella groups and other student groups will perform there. And it's just been a nice, I've only been working at Catholic for half a year and then pandemic year. So haven't been able to attend most of the other on-campus events, but they have a lot of, dances and different service day things that are big favorites as well.
So I'm actually torn, but I'm really glad I talked about Eagle Fest a little bit during my presentation because that's one of my top two. And then my other favorite is actually called Midnight Breakfast, where it's actually 10 p.m. because some of us faculty and staff members are a little old, but we'll all come to campus in our pajamas on Dead Day, so the day before exams start, and we will actually serve all of our students breakfast at 10 p.m. while they're crashing for their exams. And it's just a really great community environment, and the students get to see our president, Dr. Roth, in his pajamas and slippers, and they really like that. So it's just a really good time, and we do it twice a year.
And that sounds awesome, Kaylee. You know what, I can't really point out one thing in particular because we do a lot of major events on campus. Recently, we just raffled off a 2019 Jeep Wrangler, which was huge for us. We were celebrating our 100th anniversary, our centennial year. But we do have so many different events on campus. I can't think of one to really name, but it's a lot going on campus. We have 22 different clubs on campus, so we're holding a lot of events. I think probably some of my favorites is just whenever we have our Llama Land Motorsports, whenever we host the different races there, we get so many people that come right from within a community, as well as our students and their families all come up specifically for those races. So we're looking forward to seeing some of you that are participating on this panel this evening, and we're very excited to have you come and join us in some of the festivities.
I just gonna go with the cliche answer and just say homecoming. Homecoming is so special at West Liberty. It really is, just with our rich history, and not only just to see, like, I thought it was just gonna be a big thing for alumni, but current students really get into it, and the school does such a great job of making it like a week-long event, and then it caps off with a football game on Saturday. And I swear, God blesses us every year with like the most perfect day every year. It's just seems to happen that way every year. So I gotta say homecoming. It's no brainer for me.
I have to say homecoming is definitely a great event. I think in most universities, but everyone has their favorite event. So thank you all for your advice and traditions and favorite events on campus. It was really helpful. And so as we close, thank you all for attending and joining us this evening. Before we wrap up, when you close out this window, a quick survey will appear on your window browser. It's a 4-question survey. We'd ask that if you have time to please fill it out. It's really helpful for us to get feedback and to help us improve. So we ask that you fill that out. And there are more sessions going on. There are more presentations happening from different colleges and universities. So if you are interested, please feel free to sign up. And then lastly, again, the recording will be available a week from today. So if you would like to review the recording, it will be available at a later date. Again, thank you all for coming, and we hope you guys have a very safe and enjoyable rest of the week. Thank you.